everyone, Chivos here, bringing you another Hyundai A-League fixture preview. It's for the fixtures of week 12. That's right, we're slowly getting closer to the halfway point of the season, and tomorrow is Christmas Day. But there is a game being played today. I'm sure you'll find out about that. But quite some big fixtures a bit later in the weekend. So the first game of the weekend sees Western Sydney Wanderers play against Newcastle Jets. Western Sydney Wanderers are in fine form and are unbeaten in 8, while Newcastle Jets are struggling and they are winless in 7. So two teams in completely opposite form at the moment. And I'm pretty sure you can know what the outcome is going to be. So Western Sydney Wanderers welcome Dimas, Mabratu and Bridge to the first team squad, while Andreu is unavailable due to receiving a suspension. So unlucky for Andreu to miss this fixture, but I'm sure Western Sydney will be fine. Newcastle Jets welcome Mullen, Leonardo and Lundy to the first team squad, while Hoffman is also unavailable due to suspension. So Newcastle Jets pretty much playing a full strength side, and they're still going to struggle. I don't like to say it, especially considering how good they did the start of the season, especially compared to last season. I thought they turned things around, but apparently I was wrong, and it looks like they're going back to their old ways. Now, Western Sydney Wanderers are obviously in fine form, as I said before, and it's clear the Western Sydney Wanderers are going to take this match. If they don't, it'll be a huge upset. But I'm sure Western Sydney Wanderers are going to claim the win. They're going to climb further away from the group or the pack, whatever you want to call them. But they're going to rise, and Western Sydney Wanderers are going to win 2-0. Now, the second game of the weekend is a bit of a different fixture compared to the first one. It sees Adelaide United take on Wellington Phoenix. Now, Adelaide United are starting to find some form and are unbeaten in 3 fixtures, which is good for them. But Wellington Phoenix haven't won in their last 2 fixtures. So these sides sort of turning things around. Wellington Phoenix started strong. Adelaide United started poorly. And now it's a bit of a vice versa thing going on. But Adelaide United welcome Duganzic and Babelj to the first team squad, while they have no apparent outs. And Wellington welcome Fox and Demario to the first team squad, while Rufa and Doyle are both unavailable for the fixture. And it's I think Rufa's broken his tibia, so he could be out for a very long time. So unfortunate to hear that for Wellington Phoenix. Now, although Adelaide United are in good form, I think they'll struggle against the Wellington defence, because the Wellington defence are one of the best in the league. You know, their position on the table doesn't show it, and their goal difference really doesn't show it. But statistically, they are very, very strong at the back. And I do think this result is going to end in a 1-1 draw. Now, the third game of the weekend sees Sydney FC take on Central Coast Mariners. And Sydney FC have been struggling as of late. But they still see themselves sitting in the top 6, which is what they want. They want to be in the final series. They want to try and win some silverware this season. And if you look at the other team, Central Coast Mariners, they haven't won in their last 10 fixtures, and the last time they had a win was obviously the opening day. So Central Coast, I criticise them, I keep going on about this, and it's just getting worse and worse for them, and I guess that's just what happens, you know. There's nothing else you can really do about it. So what can you do? Sydney FC welcome Gersbach, Stambolziev and Abrosk to the first team squad, while Holosko is suspended for the fixture. So not good to see Holosko out, but I'm sure Gersbach and Brosk will be huge additions to the first team squad. Central Coast Mariners welcome Kalik and Uskok to the first team squad, while Trefiro is still out injured, and I'm not quite sure how long. They reckon maybe about a week, maybe 2 weeks, who knows, but I'm sure that Central Coast are missing the likes of Trefiro. Sydney FC welcome some strong first-team players back into their squad, as I stated before, while Central Coast are still struggling to find their second win of the season. And it's clear, once again, Central Coast aren't going to get anything out of this game. Sydney FC are going to try and bounce back here and grab a bit of form. And I can see Sydney FC winning this result 2-0. Now, the fourth game of the weekend sees my team, Melbourne Victory, take on Perth Glory. Now, if you do remember, we did lose to Perth Glory, and it did really start a bad run of fixtures for us. A very bad run. So it was Western Sydney Runners we lost to. We then lost to Perth Glory, Wellington Phoenix, and Melbourne City. So 4 losses in a row. And we need to bounce back. If we don't bounce back, our title chances could definitely be over. So I expect nothing but a win from the boys this weekend. And I don't really think we're going to lose 5 in a row. If we do, there is really something wrong. Now, Perth Glory have been performing quite well recently. And obviously they're going to hope to beat Melbourne Victory again. But it's good to see Perth Glory finding some form. Will they make the final series? Who knows? It's still very, very early days. I don't think anyone can really tell. But if we do have a look at the ins and outs, Melbourne Victory welcome Galafuccio, Manana, and Howard to the first team squad, while Mahazi is out with a knee injury, which is not good. Mahazi is a very good player for Melbourne Victory. See him out with a knee injury. Who knows how long? He could be out. And Carl Valeri obviously still out, so really, really struggling at the moment at Melbourne Victory. Not lots of injuries, but key players injured. Now, Perth Glory welcome Warren and Golek to the first team squad. It's good to see Golek back. He's been out injured for quite a while, so good to see Golek returning to the first team. And they also have Noah Parran outs. So Perth Glory looking to field a full strength squad. Well, they do already have 4 injuries, I do believe. Sydney Skiol was one of them, and Drillbitch is one of the others as well, I believe. So Perth Glory also missing some key players. Now, as I said before, Kevin Muscat needs to get his boys fired up for the fixture. He needs to get them to grab a win, and I think they will grab a win. I do think Melbourne Victory will turn things around against Perth. I know Perth have been doing very well, but I think the tables are going to turn a bit now. Melbourne Victory realise what's at stake. I think they're going to try and push for the win, push for the 3 points, and eventually try and catch Western Sydney Wanderers, who are absolutely flying. Now, I can see Melbourne Victory winning this fixture comfortably in a 2-1 win. The final game of the weekend sees Brisbane Roar take on an in-form Melbourne City. Now, Melbourne City have been scoring for fun lately. I think they've scored 16 in their last 4, and obviously that makes them unbeaten in 4. And Brisbane Roar, on the other hand, have won their last 2 fixtures on the bounce. They're doing quite well. Now, Brisbane Roar welcome Brown, Clutt, and Borello to the first team squad, while Lustica is out injured for the next 2 weeks. Now, we know John Aloisi likes bringing Lustica on off the bench, so we'll have to see what he's going to do this time, because obviously Melbourne City are strong in the middle of the pitch, and I do think he'd normally use Lustica to counteract that in the second half, but obviously it's not possible. So who is he going to use as a replacement? I really don't know. Now, Melbourne City welcome Malling, Zinni, and Miller into the first team squad, while Espendola hasn't been selected for the fixture. I don't think they really need him. Now, Melbourne City probably going to start the same first team they've been starting. They've been performing really well. Why change things if the formula is working? Now, I cannot see this being a tough fixture for both sides, but one thing I can guarantee is there's going to be some goals. If this ends up in a 0-0 draw, then I would not believe my eyes. But Brisbane Roar know how to score goals. Melbourne City clearly know how to score goals, and I can see this result ending in a 2-2 draw. Now, they are my predictions for the fixtures of Week 12. Make sure you leave your predictions down in the comment section below. Tell me if I'm right, tell me if I'm wrong. I'd like to see your guys' opinions. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to see more Hyundai A-League content. And I'll catch you guys on another video.